Play like a champion? Yes.
Yeah. We need one of those.
You're walking into the studio?
But we need a podcast like a champion in the same font that's just right over the doorway. And then we just,
every
hit
time?
it every time we go out.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Notre Dame.
Neither am I, but I think it's a cool tradition.
I think it's a little bit forced. Yeah.
You could do the "Thank God I'm a Yankee" one in the Yankees stadium.
You see now we're talking.
What am I gonna say? Thank God I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Hey, man.
Thank God I'm Italian and not a pervert.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
Who would you have on the shop if you could assemble like 5 people?
Or 5 people. All right, I have
celebrities.
A few.
5 celebrities.
I have a few.
Because obviously I would be there.
I would love an all female one, all women one with Osaka, Simone Biles, Sabrina Ionescu, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, and who else am I thinking of right now? You know what? I would like to see Lauren Holiday, Drew Holiday's wife.
Okay.
Yes, I love just to hear more of like her story. I know I don't know if it was cancer or not, but it was some type of medical thing that like put her at risk for a little bit.
Yes.
And that's why she stopped playing soccer for Team USA. She also got gold medals, which is crazy too.
Yep.
That's a whole family worth of athletes right there.
Yep.
So I'd say that like those 6. If I had to do it just in general, Kyrie, Braun.
Well, okay, outside of LeBron.
No, all right. So if he's already there, all right. So Kyrie, I would love to have.
Include LeBron.
What's his face that does the Daily Show now?
Oh, not John. Oh, Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, because I feel like Trevor Noah outside of the Daily Show would be hilarious. Like, not underneath the guise of. And I've seen his stand-ups and stuff too. That's why I know he would be great on it. Michael Shea.
Michael Shea. Okay.
Who else? Dez. And then
It's a tough question.
All right, so I got 2 more people.
But what would be like the premise of it? Because I feel like every shop episode kind of has a premise.
It has a premise. Honestly, I don't even know. Just being black in the entertainment business, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's fine too.
Yeah,
like that's fine too.
Let's see. I'd want to get PK Subban from the Devils, and then I would round it off with. You know what? I'm gonna round it off with like Aaron Judge. Just because, like, I feel like we don't see a lot of his personality like that. Like, I know he's in some commercials,
but that's just go off the strength that he's in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love to see Aaron Judge in real life. But you know what? It's funny that you bring up Aaron Judge in the shop episode, because if it was me, what I would do is, if I could theme it, because it's so tough to theme these things. But like, if I could theme it, I would get Joe Torre.
Ooh, okay.
Dave Roberts.
Ooh.
Tim Anderson.
Yes.
Marcus Stroman.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is a wild card, because I mean, you can make an argument like you could do an older dude, you could do like an Albert Bell or like a Ken Griffey, but
an older player.
Yeah, definitely an older player, like a David Justice, like it could be any of those dudes that played like in that time. Maybe even somebody that's Hispanic. Could either be David Ortiz.
Oh, Big Papi.
David Ortiz. Mm-hmm. David Ortiz. So yeah, that's my 5.
Interesting.
Torrey, Dave Roberts, Tim, Stroman, David Ortiz.
So all people of color except for Torrey.
But you know what though? Is that I feel like I would just love to hear Joe Torre talk about, well, not only just one baseball, but his thoughts on what everybody else is saying. Because I think you talk about some of the most respected people in baseball. I mean, yeah, I think the list starts with Joe Torre.
Yes.
It starts with Joe Torre and Buck Showalter.
You know what I was dagging to say? I was like, if you had to replace Joe or Dave Roberts, I would have Buck Showalter on there too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you get any of those three like on there, it would just be because obviously it's baseball is one of those things that black people really aren't just in tune with, and that's fine. Like I'm not here to promote baseball to anybody, but what I'm saying is that you get an interview with that, it might turn some heads a little bit. Maybe not necessarily at what's it called? Maybe not necessarily at baseball fans, but definitely at the MLB. So I don't know. I think it's like something like that would be definitely very interesting.
Yeah. Also, maybe a Willie Randolph.
Willie Randolph.
Yeah.
For sure. Yankees Mets legend Willie Randolph.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely gotta be interesting getting their opinions on these things. Real life.
Ooh. I left off, so I think I might sub, but I don't know for who. Mike Vick.
Or Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's become very popular in the media again.
No, he was in that one Atlanta episode where he's just racing people.
Yeah. My boy Michael Vick, man. It was only dogs. I'm sorry. I had to get it in there.
Hey, look, I was thinking that the other day. I was like, yo, if he was of the Caucasian persuasion, people wouldn't hate him as much. But he was the best, or he was the best football player at the time who wore big chains, drove Escalades, wore do-rags, and had braids.
I feel like one of these days we're gonna just have to do an episode on the culture. Like honestly, like whether it's just how much these like athletes have influenced the culture of the game. Like think about it like this: where would basketball be now without blank? In terms of culture.
Like not talking about like in terms of how they affected the game, but just the culture.
Could be both, honestly. Where would and I'm gonna ask for basketball and for football because baseball is just like baseball is that.
Well, I would say AI with the wearing the do-rags to games and then the whole I know like it was that and the Mouse of the Palace that kind of like spurred Stern into making the dress code because he kind of wanted to make it
professionalize. He wanted to professionalize the league,
which but which is crazy because that's what was growing the league, the whole hip hop, era of it. In football, I don't know. I guess the running quarterback, but it's been around for a while. It was just people just didn't want it. I don't know if there was anybody because you go back, right? You have Randall Cunningham, you have Dante Culpepper, old dude from that one for the Super Bowl for Washington. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know who I guess I think back in history, I don't know who the first really revolutionized it, but I think Mike Vick was the first one to be like, yo, we really could have running quarterbacks like that.
Yeah. And he was left-handed, which I feel like is even more.
He was left-handed too, yeah.
Which is even more phenomenal if you really think about it. All right, so for basketball, now Allen Iverson was who I was going to say, but another one that I always think about and I always have to give credit to is where would basketball be without the Fab Five? Because if you even you look at Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, all of those dudes, they had such an influence on the game swag wise. You talk about the NCAA, there weren't freshmen coming out, going into league. Even sophomores at the time, it was tough. It was tough for them to really get
one and done was not a thing.
It wasn't
2 and done. It was not a thing back then. It was you stayed 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying. That was the first time in NCAA history that they assembled a cast of all five black freshmen. Yep. Black freshmen that started in an NCAA game, that started an NCAA tournament game at that, and the influence that Michigan had, that Michigan team had on the culture was immense. They was out there wearing black socks. Now I know that seems so trivial, but the fact that if you ask Jalen Rose, I've heard him tell stories about it. That fucking wearing black socks. They went to the mall to get black socks. They only had 3 pairs. You know what I'm saying? That nobody was wearing black socks
because black socks were synonymous with just going to church and stuff.
Yeah,
everybody was wearing the either the low white ankle socks or the high white tube socks.
Yeah, literally, and wearing their pants a little bit
baggy,
baggier. You know what I'm saying? That.
Thank God they did that because I look at those videos from the 70s and 80s, and even the early 90s, and dang, Y'all nuts wasn't hanging out.
Like, we wasn't trying to wear the meat riders.
Bro,
We wasn't. We really wasn't trying to wear those, bro.
Like, I'll leave the booty shorts for the women. Like,
Yeah, man, and that's just, it's tough. And for football, I think it's so hard to really sit here and say one person, like, because you can make the argument for all of the black quarterbacks that came, the Cole Peppers, the fucking Michael Vicks,
the McNabbs,
you know what I'm saying, the Warren Moons,
Yep.
But honestly, if I had to give credit to somebody, I gotta give it to Deion, bro. I gotta give it to Deion Sanders, bro. Cause you talk about the cornerback position, you talk about defensive backs, you talk about people that, were recognizable in the game as a defensive back. It was Deion and everybody else, bro. It was Deion in the field. And he really brought himself. Deion was always like, for a guy like that, a guy named Primetime, he was big. I don't want to say he was bigger than football, but Deion did his thing. Deion did his thing on the field. He did his thing off the field, man. He was wearing chains. He was doing all of that good shit, and that was that. Yeah. Deion Sanders being who he was had a major influence on the culture in the game. It allowed for dudes to come through and be swaggy, like all the dudes that played at the U, the Michael Vicks. All of that, without Deion Sanders, and even cornerbacks getting paid in the league, they weren't paying cornerbacks like that. Deion Sanders was the first cornerback in the NFL to make over $1 million in salary. You know what I'm saying? So you even think about that, like, yo, this man's name was Primetime. You know how lit of a nigga you gotta be for your nickname to be Primetime?
A pretty lit ass nigga.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So it's really tough to say.
If I had to counter that, I'd say the only I'd say Randy Moss, because, I mean, it's kind of like in the same breath as like Kobe, where it's like, you shoot a bowl of paper into a garbage can, or you shoot a water bottle into a trash can. Oh, Kobe, like
you catch some over somebody. You say
you
what?
just got mossed.
You just got mossed.
Like they have a whole segment on ESPN Countdown for Monday Night Football called "You Got Mossed," where they're literally going around like high school, middle school, college, NFL, showing highlights of people getting mossed. Like, if your name becomes a adjective?
Yeah.
If your name becomes an adjective, then you made it.
You have a major impact on life. All right, so then you want to talk about Randy Moss? I got another one for you. Then what about Terrell Owens? Because you can make the argument that even though he wasn't Primetime, he wasn't Randy Moss. In T.O.'s prime, he had every big celebration on lock. Like, you want to talk about niggas that ruin the celebration shit, you got to include T.O. in that. Because T.O., he fucking snatched the cheerleaders' pom-poms, doing the all of that. Took the fans' popcorn, did that, fucking took the pen out of the sock, signed the football, threw it into the crowd. Celebrating on the star. Like, you want to talk about niggas that really, really popularized the game. Like, I gotta give it to those two dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, T.O. and of course Randy Moss. I'm giving nothing but credit to Randy Moss. Literally one of the best receivers of all time. But you want to talk about swag, you want to talk about charismatic attitude. T.O., bro, he right there with it.
I was gonna say, if we're talking about taunting, like, one of the first dudes that comes to mind is Chad Ochocinco.
Oh, hell yeah!
I mean, that dude could celebrate and taunt like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Man's legit had a jacket that said Hall of Fame on it. Man's was doing the Irish jig. Man's was pretending the pylon was a putt-putt. Like,
yeah, bro.
He proposed to one of the cheerleaders, right?
Yeah, he did.
Nah, bro. He's special for real.
I ain't gonna lie. That man Ochocinco was different.
And one of the best route runners too.
Oh, my God, you want to talk about footwork? Oh man, y'all homework is to go home and watch Chad Johnson highlights. Tell y'all niggas.
Yeah,
bro.
but not against the Jets though. Any other team, just not against the Jets, because
you don't want to see Randy Moss against the Jets either.
Because Reeves caught an interception on him. I'm telling you, everybody keeps bringing up that one play that Moss got over Reeves.
Four touchdowns.
All right. But, okay. But I'm just saying, Reeves has caught interceptions over Moss before too.
Yeah, and Darrell Reeves is arguably one of the best corners ever. But still got Moss.
I'm gonna say, I don't think anybody's peak is better than his peak.
Still got Moss. Ooh,
that
that's
peak
tough.
That peak 09 season. I don't think he was robbed of Defensive Player of the Year by Charles Woodson. But I don't know his that peak absolutely phenomenal.
I'm not gonna lie. Best corners I ever seen got to be Darrell Revis. I like if anybody says anything different, you're a liar, and you didn't watch football from 2003 to 2013 because. Like you talk about getting Moss, you talk about Kobe, Revis Island, bro. Revis Island,
where receivers go to die. Like if the top 2 cornerbacks I ever seen in my life was Darrell Revis and Champ Bailey.
Yeah,
like that. Like
that's valid. That's valid.
I would say Champ had
not even you wouldn't say Richard Sherman.
No, because Champ's peak was better than Richard Sherman's.
I agree.
And Champ did it. The thing is, I think where people sometimes put, like my boy is a Broncos fan, he has Champ over Revis because Champ's, I guess, peak was longer than Revis's. Yeah, but Revis's absolute peak was better than any season that Champ did.
Yeah, no funny shit. Revis, like, I'm sorry. If a nigga is saying Revis Island, that's different.
They was legit not throwing. Everybody's like, oh, he doesn't have any interceptions. Why do you think he doesn't have any interceptions? They're not throwing to his side of the field. Yep. And it wasn't even like he was just playing like, and I think the thing that separated like Sherm didn't go all over all the time.
Sherm plays zone, bro. We know that. They had that whole debate over Twitter. Yeah. That shit was funny as hell.
Which is like, it's fine, but he's great at what he does. Revis was legit, all right, best receivers on the outside. Mm-hmm. Boom, I'm going there. Oh, he's in the slot. I'm going there. You never really see, like, especially even now, like Ramsey doesn't go in the slot as much. Nah. Ramsey stays on the outside. Yeah. You know, so
it's rare. It's rare now that you see corners actually follow somebody. That's like more of Tre'Davious White. You know, Patrick Peterson will do it. Not even homeboy on the Patriots.
Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore. Yeah. Not even he does it like that. But that's just, you know, it is what it is. Here he go with this bullshit.
There we go.
Yeah, but you know. This is giving me a lot of fucking nostalgia. It's just like, damn, even though we ain't have Revis Island, the Giants ain't have Revis Island, we got two rings to, you know, to be content with.
Yep, I think now is a good time to end the conversation. Yeah. But with that, that's the end of the episode.
Bold.
Big
bold ending.
Bold ending. But you know what it is. That's how we do. Hey. All right. Well, now the official ending. This has been yet another episode of the Saratobi Sports Podcast, brought to you by Regrown Recordings. Regrown, grow your future.
Wow.
And
that was great.
It was great, wasn't it?
That was great. That was fucking great.
Off the
I'm
dome.
taking a soundbite.
Hey, do it. Look, do it. I don't care. That'd be great.
Run it up. No. You better sell that shit. You better sell that shit.
Actually, no. Trademark it. No. Trademark it. No. Trademark.
But it was too late. The verbal contract has been sealed.
I don't consent. Oh boy, but yep. As always, this is the end. This isn't goodbye. Just see you later. Any final words, World Wide West?
No. All I want to do is touch these worldwide breaths.
There you go.
Indeed.
There it is.
Yes.
Matthew Barbas. Any last words?
You know, get vaccinated if you can.
There you go.
And
I like that.
just you know, contribute to the world, contribute to those around you, love everybody.
There you go.
Wow.
And come to Regrown Recordings.
I like that.
Oh yeah, look at that. But you know what?
Yeah, listen. That's called motherfucking bars, nigga.
You know nothing about that.
Damn right.
I like where you chimed in, Matt.
Damn right. And you know what? As always, nematodes are people too. Later, everybody.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion,